In this video guide, we're going to see how we can scatter objects inside Blender using an add-on that it's already pre-installed in Blender. So first of all, we need to check if it's active or not. So what we're going to do is go to Edit, Preferences, and let's search for Scatter. And you can see I've already activated, but if you want, you just need to click this if the box is unchecked. Make sure it's marked, and then you're ready. You can see this is preset, pre-installed in Blender. So I'm gonna close this, and I'm going to delete this cube. I want to use another really simple distribution surface. So I need a surface where to distribute, which is gonna be a plane, and I need an object to be distributed, which is gonna be a cone. And I'm gonna move this just here so that we can see better. Now, to activate the function to scatter, we can do in a couple of ways. So the easiest way is to select first the objects that we need. So we need the cone to be distributed and the plane, but make sure that the plane is the active objects, meaning that is the one that is highlighted with this brighter orange, that is other one. So it's good. If it's the other way, like this, is not good, or actually it's going to be the inverse. So I'm going to scatter the plane on the cone. So hold Shift and click to define which of the two is going to be the active, which means the distribution surface. Now that we have everything selected, we can go to Object, go all the way down this list to the bottom, which is Scatter Objects, and click there. Now we can see the instances are 0. So to start to scatter, we just need to click with the left mouse and paint or define a path on the surface. You can see the path right there. And also you can see all these purple cubes. These are proxies that are gonna show us how the object is gonna be scattered on the surface. Now to work on this, we can go here on the right side, select the first tab on the top, which is to work with the active tool. And then here you have object scatter. So here we can change the density. We can change the radius of the distribution and the scale. So let me just make it a little bit smaller so we can see that if we increase the radius, this is going to be scattered more and more. And it's going to be scattered on the surface. Otherwise, if you decrease this value, it's going to go more on the path that you traced. Also, you can change the scale and the randomness of the scale. So you can make like really small and really big size variation. Now, if you want to use normal rotation, now it doesn't make any difference because normal, which is the perpendicular line right now of this face, is the same of the z-axis. So it doesn't matter if you use or not normal rotation. But if you want to do a randomized rotation of the elements, you can increase this value. Otherwise, if you want all the elements facing the same direction, you place this to 0. And then the offset, you can move the object away from the surface. And you can also increase this. Let's make it like 10. Press enter. So you can see the objects are moving up. And this is also being affected by the scale and the randomness of the scale. So make sure you want to get the right effect that you want. Perhaps you want to do like bubbles, and then this is fine. Or if you want to do trees or rocks or grass, you probably want to scatter these right on the offset, on the surface. So you don't want any offset, you just want 0 or just a slide offset. And then you have the seed, which is going to change the variation or the results. Now, when you're ready, you press enter, and there you go. So you have that cone scatter on that surface. Now, the final results are also here in the outliner. So you have a collection with a scatter, and you have the cone duplicator, which are all the cones that have been created with a scatter technique. So you can turn these on and off anytime. And then you have the original cone, but also this one here, which is in the scatter collection, and it's a perfect copy of this one. Now, if we want, we can get rid of this one or not. We can leave it. right there. I'm just gonna make it smaller so we can see the difference. And if we adjust this cone right here, it's gonna affect all the instances or the copies. So essentially, if I go to edit mode, and if I take this vertex right here and I move it up, I can create, you can see here some higher cone. So you can see it's affecting the original one right here and also all the copies, all the instances. Now, you can also move it. You can rotate it and scale it. And this is also going to affect the results on the scatter surface. Now, when you finish, you can also hide it so that it doesn't, you know, hide the other objects. You can also hide the distribution object and all the copies will remain there. So it's a really easy tool once you understand it, really fast and easy. Now let's make something even faster. So I want to add another object, and this time I want to scatter multiple elements, not just one like the cone. Now to make it faster, you can do F3 of the keyboard, F3, and then type scatter and select the scatter objects. Now you can see that you need more than one object to use that. So let's create more, and let's create a torus. And again, I want to scale it like this, and then I want to create a monkey head. And I want to move it again and scale it. Okay, now we can use all these three. So first select the object that are going to be distributed, and then select the distribution surface. So make sure that this is active again, and now press F3, search for scatter object, and you can see now you can go directly there because it has been registered. So I'm gonna select that, and now let's click and drag on the surface. And now let's play again with the density, radius, and the scale, randomness of the scale, rotation. Now it's important to have the normal rotation because those are gonna be then perpendicular to the surface. If I uncheck these, you will see that they will be all facing upward. So they will not be perfectly placed on the surface. So this is an important choice right now. And then if you want, you can randomize rotation. And of course, you can change the offset again. Now let's press, let's see what's happening with the normal rotation unchecked. So I'm gonna press enter, and there you go. Now I can also, again, rotate those elements later. So you can change the direction of these tools that are being scattered around or objects. Also scale, rotate, scale, and move. Okay, so this is the scatter objects in Blender. I hope you enjoyed this video guide. I'm also gonna hide this with the H key. And if you did, please subscribe to the channel if you wanna stay updated with more video guides and courses that we have in the channel about Blender and other 3D software. If you want to support us, you can join the channel as a supporter. Thanks for watching and see you in the next.